You ever just sit and wonder about yourself sometimes? I used to sit and wonder about myself from time to time. And I would ask myself, why am I like this? Why am I like that? Why do I like this? Why don't I like that? Why don't I like this person? Why doesn't that person like me? How come I like this person? How come I don't like that person? All those kinds and sorts of types of questions. I would just think and wonder, like, And I remember when I was younger, I didn't think on them too much. Like as soon as the question popped in my mind, it was gone just as quick as it came. Never gave a second thought about any any of those questions. But the older I started to get, it's like, hmm, let me think about this for a little bit. And there was one point, even still, getting older, being an adult, having children, I still did not give a single fuck about the answer to any of those questions. So life goes on, and you keep having experiences, meeting people, having random conversations. So maybe it's just me. Um, but all these just random things happen, and you just start thinking about it like it's gotta be something else. It's gotta be something more to make it all make sense. And I remembered one of my daughters was into this something. Uh, I don't know what it was. I cannot remember. But whatever it was, she was really into it. And she was explaining it to me and her brother, how it works, the breakdown, and how I fit into this category, how he fits into that category. All of these things, like she had it broken down to a science. So she was studying it and testing out her knowledge on us, how much she learned. It's really cool. And I remember recently thinking that's like the astrology stuff. It's all the same. So I thought it would be a good idea to look at my birth chart and understand it. And when I started making sense of things and understanding this and understanding that, and let's look at this, let's look at that, it became very, very interesting. And I was just like, oh my gosh, it all makes sense. It all makes sense. So, like, I went down that rabbit hole and it was fun. I had so much fun because it became like this huge puzzle. And I love puzzles, love puzzles. So I said, you know what? Let's dissect this birth chart and see what we got here. My. I knew like the sun people, I think that's what people use. Not think, I know that's what people use all the time for like the astrology part and their sign, and that's what they go by. And of course, there are other people more into it that understand the sun, the moon, the rising, the placements, the houses, the conjunctions, sextiles, the degrees, all of these different levels. I'm not one of those people. So the more I started to just read about it, because it was a library book I got. Born for This Astrology is the name of it, by Channing Nicholas. Yeah, Channing Nicholas. I don't think it's Channing Nichols. It's Channing Nicholas. It's her name. Um, Listened to an audiobook, and I was just really like, hmm, that makes sense. That make just the entire time I'm listening to it, and I was just like, I need to write some stuff down. I need to commit some stuff to memory. So I've listened to the book about 5 times by now. About 5 times. About 5 times. Because I'll just have it on playing in the background while I'm doing whatever I'm doing. And then when things come on that I need to hear, my ears will tune in or perk up or whatever the case may be. Or I'll make a notation about it or something like that. But listening to this book, I've started, remembering things and what they mean. My sun sign is a Capricorn, and my sun sign is in Capricorn, but the placement of it in this particular house, I actually have the sun. It was 4 Capricorn placements, which one was in the sun, one is in Mars, one is in Mercury. What's the other one? I don't know what the other one is. But I said, that's fire, some stubbornness, messenger. I said, oh, okay. And then I looked at my moon. Yeah, it's emotional and balanced. I be needing to keep my emotions balanced, because when my emotions go too far to either side, it be unbalanced and I be off. Ooh, I be way off my rocker. Talk about Betty White off the rockers. Be off my rocker. I have a Libra moon, and I just be wanting stuff to be fair and balanced. And that ain't right. That ain't fair. Oh my gosh. The number of times I can just hear myself saying that on loop, on repeat over all the years. It's wild. My ascendant sign, I think, was the most interesting, because it gave me like, oh, this what people be like. I don't like her. I ain't fucking with her. It ain't that serious. She be doing too much. And then dudes be like, you need to lighten up. It ain't that deep. It ain't that serious. They both say the same things. Like, it's not that deep. It's not that serious. And Scorpio is deep and penetrating them waters, getting to the truth, no matter what it takes. And my placements be working together, digging, searching for the truth. It's two people that come to mind, because they will always say, yo, you need to be a lawyer. You just won't let anything go. I'll let it go. Just tell the truth. It's just simple. It's like, it ain't that it. To me, it is. It really is. And I'm not going to yell, scream, none of that. We can talk about it. But we're going to talk about it. Because what was that? The Mercury placement? That messenger? We're going to communicate. Yeah. So it's like a fun understanding of like my sun, rising, and moon. But I said, ooh, this is just never ending. It's like endless. I can play around with it. Not play around with it, but I can just dive deep into what everything means. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to look at myself and figure me out as best I can with this level of consciousness until it changes to be more.